Hello, hello. Hang tight. Camera's not working. Give me a sec to figure out what's going on. Hello, I can see everybody. I can see everybody's comments. Just can't see me. Let's see what's going on here. Why will my camera not work? Give me a sec. I'm still here. Let me just figure out why everybody's laughing. Hold on. There has to be a reason why the camera didn't turn on. It's plugged in. Okay, I'm missing something. Hold on. Let's see. All right, hang on. We can go to plan B. Oh my goodness. If you guys could see my office and all the shenanigans I go through here. All right, let's see if this will work. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh. This camera's awful. That's why I don't use it. All right, let's give it a second here. Hang on. I gotta move. I gotta rearrange everything. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's me, Elaine, the Animal Reiki Lady. You've reached SoulPet, the channel that has technical difficulties just about every week, guaranteed. Hang on. I gotta set my keyboard down. All right. I think we should be able to pull this off. All right. Hello, hello, everybody. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I've got other monitors here. I gotta get them out of my view. Okay, let's say hello to everybody. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Elaine. I'm the Animal Reiki Lady. I'm an Animal Reiki Master, Animal Chaplain, Animal Medium, everything that has to do with animals, and now expanding that to people too. Working with my local crystal shop, I start offering in-person Reiki sessions starting this Friday, so I'm very excited about that. But first, let me know that you guys can see and hear me okay, because I did have to disconnect everything. I got the love hearts. All right, so I'm going to assume that everybody can hear me okay. Okay, I got to try and make this other monitor go away. I can't. All right, that's all right. Okay, so this is SoulPet. This is the channel dedicated to everyone who is on a journey after the passing of their soul pet to the Rainbow Bridge. And we here at this channel, we have a beautiful community. We meet every Monday night for a live stream. We gather just to talk, and there's different things I bring up that we want to talk about. Sometimes we go way down the rabbit hole with woo-woo. And tonight, if there's enough time, I have my oracle cards and my little oracle book here. I thought we could do a couple little impromptu readings from our oracle card deck for everybody, but we'll see how the energy goes tonight. But if you're new to the community, if you're new to SoulPet, you found your way to a place where we are completely supportive. Everyone here has been through the transition of their animal companion. So whether you call it the passing of your animal companion, your dog, your cat, your horse, your turtle, your bearded dragon, your snake, the species does not matter. The animal who shared your life, when they transition out of our lives and to the other side, it leaves a hole in our heart. It leaves our heart shattered. We talk about shattered hearts. We talk about broken hearts. We talk about fixing our hearts. We talk about mending our hearts. We talk about everything as a way to help us move forward after that, after the passing of our beautiful animal companions. And here there is no judgment. So wherever you happen to be, if you are in the depth of your grief and you just need a community to hold you and virtually hug you, you got it. If you don't want to say a word, you just need to watch, and you just need to know that there's people out here supporting you. You got that too. We are here for you no matter where you happen to be on that journey. This all began with my Lucy. We'll talk about tonight. I think we'll mostly talk about Winston and Gypsy. We'll talk about those two. Gypsy is still my current animal companion. Winston used to share my life. But as an example of tonight, we're going to be talking about what it feels like to be stuck and how our animal companions, frog in my throat, hang on, how our animal companions can help us through that, how they show us ways to kind of move through that, like that when you wake up and you feel like it's Groundhog Day and your feet are stuck in molasses, and how do you move forward? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. But first, I like to welcome everyone in the community. I love to say hello to all of our channel members who rock. You guys are awesome. So quick hello, Robbie, not officially a channel member, but you're like an honorary one. Sherry, it is great to see you. And Sharon, as always, great to see you. And welcome, welcome, Z. Hello, hello. Who else have I got? And people jump on throughout, and I try to catch it as they do. Kali, good to see you here. Big storm. Okay, wow. Yeah, we've had some storms here also. And let's see, I said hello to Anne, I'm pretty sure. And all right, I'll go back and check all the comments, because that's how we always start everything out. We start everything out by looking at everyone's comments and questions before we begin. It gives us a place to kind of jump off, and then we move into the evening's topic. And if you're new to the channel and you would like to share your animal companion's name, your soul pet's name, please feel free to do so. We would love to hear from you. And let's see who else. So we've got Robbie, Nico's mama. It's good to see you here. Lady Leoman, hello, hello. I saw Sarah here. I know I saw Sarah's name. I might have scrolled past it too fast. So hello, Sarah. And there's a new name that I'm not sure. OK9. That's what I'll go with. OK9. Oh yeah, all right. So that's awesome. Yeah, you are so welcome here. And Carrie, there you go. Carrie, thank you. Even people who are new to the channel know me. So I get to be a little scattered every once in a while, but so what? This is not like a professional, I'm not a professional YouTuber, if that's what they're called. I created this channel because we needed a way for us to I needed to find a way for all of us to connect. For all of us who don't, when the rest of our family and friends don't understand what we're talking about and how we're feeling and where we are, and they're thinking that it's time for us to get over it or get a new cat or get a new dog, or yeah, this is why we have this channel here, so that we can all support each other. And our Monday night live streams are real. That's the way it goes. So as you guys know, I forget names. I forget them all the time. I make myself a cheat sheet every week. And yeah, I have no clue where the last cheat sheet went. It's only been because it's been 2 weeks. So last Monday, and I will kind of start out with this. Last Monday, I had the opportunity to spend some time with family. I had family in town because, and I didn't share this in the messages that I posted on the community page, but I will share it now, not to hurt anyone's heart. I promise. But my daughter's father-in-law passed away, and the celebration of life was last Sunday. And so everybody was still in town on Monday, and we were getting together Monday evening. And the reason that I didn't share that was because there are some situations, and I think many of us have been through this, where the family member who is passing has had time to prepare, and the family has had time to prepare. And regardless, it doesn't matter how much time you've had to prepare, you're never fully prepared. But we had some pretty, we were able to have conversations. We were able to honor wishes. It was a very tender transition. And so I didn't want to share that just right out to tell you why I wasn't going to be on the live stream last week. But that's why. Okay, so let's look at your guys' comments and questions here. I'm scrolling right back up to the top. Hi, Elaine and everyone. Hi, Sharon. How's Sherry doing? Sharon, I saw you posting something about rain and storms. Yeah, guys, I am tired of Midwest gray. That's what I'm tired of. I'm from Colorado. My soul belongs in Colorado, but of course my soul really is with my family and my grandchildren. So that's here. All right. So just saying hello to everybody. Hello, hello. I love all the wavy hands, and can't say how much I need this today. Okay. Then we're here for you. We are absolutely here for you. And we'll talk about, you can tell us if there's something specific on your mind. You can mention it in the comments, and I will make sure that we bring it up. It doesn't have to be the topic that I pick that we talk about all the time. I always sit down ahead of time. Sometimes I wake up right away on Monday morning and I know exactly what it is that we're going to be talking about. Other times I just work my way through the day, and I know that at some point the animals will inspire me. And that was how that kind of came about today. It was only just a little bit ago that I realized I was feeling stuck. So how would I work my way out of feeling stuck? And then I thought, wow, this is something that maybe it's not just me who's feeling this, but we can talk about anything you want to. All right, everybody saying hello, hello. Look at you guys all saying hello to each other. I absolutely love it. Tech and spirits. Don't mix. Right? Yes. Yes. Somebody who understands. Anything that has to do with electronics can go wonky whenever we get spirit involved. And that happens every Monday night. Every Monday night, we welcome all of our soul pets on the other side to join in here with us. If they could type their chats into the comment, they would. Type their comments into the chat, they would. But yeah, so we just take that in stride that we have those kinds of technical issues. And don't worry, Kali, because we were a little late getting started because Gypsy's pacing. I'm like, what? What do you? I'm just about to click the go live button. Gypsy's pacing back and forth. I realized I left her food dish sitting on the counter, not in its space, and she's hungry for dinner. All right, Sherry says, with Phoebe, we found each other through Phoebe. All of our animal companions are the ones who brought us together. I took the inspiration from my Lucy at the Rainbow Bridge. And you know what? She's not at the Rainbow Bridge. We can even talk about that. She's right here in my heart all the time. From the moment that she passed, and not through me, not above me, not off to somewhere, she went right here. And she's with me all the time, always. I can always call on Lucy to lend inspiration. But Lucy is the one who inspired me to start the channel. Even though I didn't right away, I fought it. I just wouldn't do it. I have some older videos that I like kind of started and stopped and started and stopped. But she's the one who really pushed me forward. And all of our animal companions, like Phoebe, like Pockets, like Benny, all of your animal companions. I'm going with Gary and Potato. I'm trying to call up all of their names, and Nico. And they're the ones who inspire us. They inspire me. I know they inspire you. They are with us always, and they're invited on this live stream, just like you guys. And then there was in Montreal. It's pretty intense, also. Okay, yeah. We haven't had storms here today, but we have in the past couple of days. It's also it's crazy summertime weather. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Kali. Did I miss saying hi to Cassie? I might have. Oh, that, yeah, right. Lady Leoman. I was told that you're ruining my family's lives. How do I even respond to that? Wow, that's a really tough one. And I'd be willing to hear some feedback from anybody who's watching with us, how you might handle something like that. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna sit with it for a little while and let that come through to me. I know ways that I would respond, but I also know that my family wouldn't say that. So it's not. They just wouldn't. And every family's different. That's not a judgment in any way, shape, or form. They don't know how to handle it. They just don't understand how to handle it. And so I know we talk about this. We've talked about the past couple Mondays. You jump on here, come on here and be with us, be with your people who do understand and who do get it. And I can't tell anybody to keep it inside and not talk about it to their friends and family the way you're feeling, because hopefully our friends and family would support us and they would help us through the hardest times. And if that's not the case, then maybe there are some other support groups in your area. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure where you are and able to tell you that, but I am almost every town has support groups that are for pet loss support, that aren't just for human loss. And when you get a group of people together who understand each other, maybe that'll give you an opportunity to be able to kind of talk that through. But if more comes through to me, I will tell you that. And I'll even ask Kai just to give me some inspiration. But I got to scroll back up because now all these comments are going so fast that I've missed a whole bunch of them. All right, let's go back here again. All right, so we're back to connection is super unstable. Okay, yeah, and tornadoes. Oh, little Oz, we're sending Oz virtual hugs too. And thank you for sending all those virtual hugs. Winston, yep, we're going to talk about Winston. That's his picture. Oh, on this camera, everything's twisted around. So funny because he's not over there. But that's Winston's photo over there. Okay, the best Heather B. First time here, lost your cat Maisie last week. She was so precious to me. Heather, we are with you. Every single one of us is offering you a virtual hug. We understand and not only, you have more than our condolences, you will always have our condolences. What you have is unending support, especially because that's so new and so fresh. So we are here, and we will send out beautiful, and maybe we'll get a word from Maisie tonight. Maybe the very first card pull that we do this evening will be a card that comes from Maisie. There you go, right away. Everybody jumps on. So Heather, I'm going to go with your name being Heather. Everybody here will support you. Switch to live comments. Thank you, Sarah. Hang on. YouTube defaults for whatever reason to top chat, and I want to go to live chat. So I make sure I'm not missing anybody. Like I normally miss Donna, and there's some others that don't pop up right away. I think when we say or get told things like that about ruining lives, it's often them hurting and not able to explain. That's very possible. Yep, that's very possible also. It doesn't deserve, yeah, right. And it doesn't, that's how I would respond. Like, that does not deserve my energy. It does not deserve but I now have had years of practice at this. And then to go through, because I went through the loss of Lucy and Winston within a week, and that was back in 2020. And just to give you an idea, so that you know that I understand exactly where you're coming from. And again, not meant to hurt anyone's heart, because I promise my heart is like that Japanese pottery. My heart, when it was broken, my beautiful animals and family members found a way to put it back together more than I could ever have possibly asked for. Lucy and Winston passed within a week of each other. When my father passed, it was during COVID, and I was forbidden to see him. And then Jack passed 2 months after my father. My dog Jack passed. And then it was in the October following that, my mother-in-law passed. And then this last November, my husband passed. And all of those transitions, I call them transitions because I speak to each and every one of them on a regular basis. I talk to my husband regularly. I talk to every family member all the time. Jack, Lucy, and Winston probably go, Mom, give it a rest already, because I talk to them in my head, even if it's not out loud. I talk to them all the time. And when my gypsy begins taking on their energy, like she mostly does for Jack, more than anybody, it's for Jack. I sing Jack's song. He was my little pony, is what we called him. Jackaroni, little pony, cheese and crackers, fried bologna. And I say it every time that she starts to act like him, because I want him to know that I see him. But so because of the way that my heart was shattered and then put back together with love, with the purest, most beautiful, positive love from the other side, and all of the souls on the other side, your animal companions also, helping to weave that gold thread through my heart until now, I feel like my heart can just grow and grow and grow. And so that's the other thing. Not only would I say that it's not worth my energy, I would give it different energy. I would feel such compassion for them, that they are at such a loss that they don't know how to respond. And then I would ask my animal, I would ask Kai, I would ask Jack, I would ask Lucy, if it were me, I would ask them to step in on my behalf and start to help the rest of those family members change their perspective. And I think you're going to find over time that if you step away from it and you don't have to feel the need to fix whatever that situation is, that it's going to resolve itself, because there are souls on the other side of life who are taking care of that for us. Okay, all the comments now. As soon as somebody new comments, off it goes. Off go the comments. I don't know where I was at. Okay, we'll just keep going. And if I missed anything, you guys just let me know. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Sharon. And I'm not a professional. I probably need to start saying that I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, although I'm a chaplain, and I have taken, I guess you would call them courses, but I have taken training in how to respond to certain situations. But usually I'm working with animals, and they're human companions. But anyway, so it does me good. That part helps me heal also when I can help other people. Change the name over a year ago. Maybe we'll fix it, make it easier. It's nice to be here. Oh yeah, we welcome you. We are nice to have you. It is great to have you here. Let's see if I can find any other questions. Have you been feeling her pawing at you? Oh, I think you guys are asking yourself among that, because that is that's common. When we start to look, we can ask for signs, but more often than not, our animal companions begin reaching out to us right away, like instantaneously. They want us to know that they're still there, and they don't lose patience, and they're not tapping their foot on the other side because we can't see it. They have endless patience and endless love, but from the very moment they pass, they start trying to get our attention. And sometimes that's through a feeling. Kitty cats love to like press their little paw right here. And I don't see Jody on this evening. It was Jody's kitty cat that I felt sleeping across my neck one night. I woke up and I just knew that Jody's cat was sleeping across my neck. That was Scout. Listen, and your soul pets lead the way. 100%. It's because, okay, Z. There's another way to look at it. Because people suck. Present company excluded. They just don't, people don't know what to do. And we're not trained. You go back about a month ago, I think it was about a month ago, I did a video on why aren't we taught how to handle loss? If we were taught as children how to handle loss better, we might be able to respond to things better as we become adults. But in the end, everybody's just worried about themselves. And they're worried about the way they feel about everything else. And they just need a little bit of help and a little bit of, I would say, compassion. Watch some shorts. Sharon, there you go. You know what? I kind of got off the shorts wagon only because I don't know about you guys, but I feel sometimes when I open YouTube, it's information overload. I open YouTube because I like to see, especially in the morning, I like to see my meditations. There's a couple people that I like to listen to and I know when their podcasts come on, but right away I get blasted with all these 30-second videos. And I'm like, and I decided that as much as I want to share information with you guys, as much as I can't be that creator. I can't be the one who's just doing, but when something hits me, I'll do it. So when I feel the urge to share a short video, which does happen, like I could be out, usually when I'm outside walking, I'm outside and something will hit me, then I'm just going to start the camera. I'm not going to wait for perfection. I don't care if my hair if I've got a ball cap on, I'm just going to do it. Because that's how I think it's meant to be. They're meant to be short little snippets of information that you're inspired by in the moment, not anything that's planned. Or like most commonly what people do now is they take a long form video like this and they plug it into a program and they say, make 10 little clips for me. And then they post those 10 clips. I find it irritating. There, that's my thought about that. But yes, I do have a whole lot of shorts that I've created over the past 2 or 3 years, quite a few that you might find helpful. It feels like the enemy very, very dark, negative and dark. Okay, Nico's mama, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to make myself a note here about dark energy because I have very strong feelings about dark energy, and how not to have to worry about it. But I'll come back to that because it'll take a little bit more explaining. Dark energy, dense energy. And sometimes does that dark or dense, I call it dark. I don't call it dark. I call it dense. So I don't say negative. I don't say dark because to me that indicates like demons or bad spirits, or it's dense. It's denser energy. And so when I look at energy, I look at something that is low vibe, really low vibe, way down in the basement, where we're kind of riding when we're working through grief and healing. We're kind of on a little surfboard here, going up and down. And our animal companions on the other side of life, they're in the penthouse. They're at the highest form of energy. And the low vibe stuff really can't see us unless we allow ourselves, which is perfectly, I'm not judging because it's human. It's very human to go down into the dumps But when you surround yourself with loving, healing energy, and you can ask your beautiful animal companion to be part of that loving bubble, that you let yourself let it flow all around you. The energy that's down in the basement, it not only can it not get through, it can't even see you. That's the way vibration works. If you've heard any metaphysical things, they talk about vibration and frequency. Look, I went ahead and started talking about dark energy anyway. They talk about vibration and frequency, and that we want to keep our vibration high. Why? Because when we are riding high, none of that dense stuff can even see us. It's like if there are a million channels on your TV and they're all available to you at any point in time, whether or not you choose the really violent shoot 'em up movie, or whether you choose the really high flying movie that makes you feel good at the end. That's what I'm talking about. You can tune into any specific channel, and when you tune into that channel, and think about the way that algorithms work on Netflix. So you choose to watch, I don't even know the name of a gory movie. You choose to watch a gory movie, and the next thing you know, it is loading your little recommended videos with that same kind of movie. You decide that you're going to watch The Sheep Detectives. That's the one that comes to my mind right now. You're going to watch a high flying family movie, then those are the things that are going to come into your feed. It works the same way when we talk about our emotions and those energies. And when people, I know you're not going to believe me, or you don't have to believe me, but I suggest that keep an eye out for this. If you start approaching everything from a place of compassion, now I don't say forgiveness. We can talk about that another time. I don't say unconditional forgiveness. I don't say unconditional love. I'm simply saying compassion. And compassion means you understand that they're coming from a place that does not align with you. And so don't pick up the rope. That means tug of war. Don't pick up the rope, just let it go. And little by little, those situations begin to resolve themselves when we choose not to engage. And when we keep our own vibe riding high. All right, so that was a little unexpected bonus there. So thanks for asking that question. We endure a lot for our fur babies. Yes, we do. For me, that doesn't deserve energy. Okay, I already saw that comment. I hope we pick your soul pet today. My Nico popped into a random reading. It was my first time meeting Elaine. Oh, yeah. Well, so we'll see. Well, I mean, we can, I will do as many if you guys just want me to pull cards all night long, I'll do that too. We don't have to talk about any particular thing. I built Ozzy a storm fort. Oh, that's good. I love it. You know, sometimes when there's lots of thunder and lightning or fireworks outside, the best, those things called thunder shirts. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's a thing you wrap around your dog that helps them feel secure. I'd rather use my arms. I'll be your thunder shirt. You just come sit with me. Last Tuesday was 18 years. Uh-oh, that comment just scrolled right by. So I wish that I could control these comments better. I guess that's why some people have moderators on their channel. I don't have that. I just know my soul team is keeping all the dense energy away from me. Yeah, absolutely. Look, here's another thing. I call it a Reiki bubble. So I'm a Reiki master. I've been practicing Reiki now for almost 15 years. And so I have learned, I try, there are things that set me off. But I try to keep my own vibration at a pretty high level. But I don't give my protection a second thought. So when we think that we might need protection from a dark or dense energy, you can hand off that protection. I call it the Reiki bubble. I'll show it to you right now for anybody who wants to use this. I visualize this beautiful bubble of energy that just floats all around me. And I fill it with love. You only have to do this once. You don't have to keep coming back to it. It will always be there. It doesn't disappear. I fill it with love. I just imagine this beautiful little cloud, bubble, whatever you want to call it. It flows all around me, and it is always filled with love. And a little hummingbird, I choose a hummingbird. You can choose whatever you want. A little hummingbird flies around in that little bubble of love. And that little hummingbird is so fast that if there is any denser energy trying to get in, he just goes, choo, 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 bzz, 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 and it's gone before I even know it's there, because my little beautiful protective hummingbird keeps me safe from anything. And then I can spend my day not worried about if anything's going to get through. What happens if my vibe like gets low? I let all that go. I don't worry about it anymore at all. So make yourself a little Reiki bubble, make it a flower, make it a butterfly, whatever you can ask. It can be your soul pet. Ask them to join you in that Reiki bubble and give them a laser gun, and whatever you want to do that, and give them the permission to protect you from everything. Okay. I'm going to let you guys, I see a lot of talking amongst yourselves. Christina, hello. Okay, I guess we're talking about thunder shirts. Sometimes my soul family on here just pops into my head. Oh, Sherry, that's nice. You guys pop into my head all the time, like all the time. I can't even explain it. Kali and Sherry and Sharon and Z, all the time. You guys are on my mind all the time. And I think it's because our soul pets do that. I think our soul pets keep us connected. They want us to be connected because they then feel connected, and this beautiful, wonderful universe in which everybody is truly connected. We're just the ones who happen to be stuck in this costume that we picked and stuck here in this, I don't know, what do you call Earth? I don't know. Sometimes I talk to the universe and go, what were you thinking? Because this is really hard. But I believe our animal companions are helping to lift us up. Okay, there, I see the comment. 18 years since my brother passed, and today is 25 years since Nana passed. Oh, Nana, by the way, is what we called my mother-in-law. She was everybody's Nana. Nana or Dr. Mom, that was her name. Kai helped me begin to heal from that. Okay. Losing him was like losing the best part of your life all over again. So you know what I say, that when any soul leaves their body and transitions to the other side, for lack of a better word, that we have not lost them. That is a word that we're taught to use, and it feels like loss. I don't want to diminish that. It feels like something has been taken from us. And I was just thinking about this with my husband today when I saw somebody driving a camper van. I always wanted a camper van. I pictured he and I in a camper van just driving around the country. We did have an RV for a while, and that was really cool. Story for another day. We took like 3 years and lived full time in an RV, which was amazing. But I just always pictured us tooling around in a camper van, and then sitting on a rocking chair, surrounded by dogs and grandkids, and that's something that can never be. And so in that respect, there's a loss there, because that vision in my mind, at least for now, I can't see how it can possibly be. So I understand the feeling of loss, but the other part that I know is that they are all still with us. And that's not a metaphor, and that's not just a nice thought. It is that they're part of our soul family. And a soul family can't be lost to you. They may be temporarily not in a physical place, or they may be temporarily in a different kind of space than we are. And so it's hard for us to visualize them. But here I'm going on. I haven't even talked about what it feels like to be stuck. And maybe we'll get to that. But here's what I'm inspired to talk about right now. And that is that the veil is at its thinnest. And some of you joined me in a conversation earlier this week, or it was Friday, I think, where we talked about the veil being at its thinnest. So we call this thing the veil, the thing that separates us here on physical earth from all of the souls that reside at the Rainbow Bridge on the other side, in heaven, whatever you want to say. They're not here in the physical with us. And we say that they're on the other side of the veil. So literally there could be a veil. And that veil was always so great that there was no getting through. So they couldn't reach out to us from the other side. We could not reach out to them from this side. It's for years, people tried to hold seances. Harry Houdini was one of the most famous. He desperately wanted to prove that he could connect with his mother who had passed. And he did everything possible. And then when Harry Houdini died, his wife did the same thing. She wanted to prove that the existence was there and that there was a way to connect. And no matter what she did, she couldn't do it. And in fact, both both Harry Houdini and his wife ended up proving fraud, like debunking so many mediums who just wanted to cash in on somebody's grief because they could never get through. And then, boy, it started to change. I want to say in like even as like the 40s and 50s with Edgar Casey. And Edgar Casey, and I see all these comments scrolling by, and I will try to get to them, but this message, for whatever reason, is coming through. Edgar Casey he would go into a trance, and he started to share things. And then the veil became a little thinner because the things he was saying were accurate. And then we go into like the 60s and the 70s and the age of Aquarius, and then people like Dolores Cannon started to be able to get through, and they started to receive information. That's when channeling started to become a thing, where people, a person in the physical, would start to hear things or receive information from a soul on the other side. And in Dolores Cannon's case, and in some other channels' cases, she said that they were ETs, they were extraterrestrials, and she would call them they. And she would get the information and she would share it. But again, the accuracy of the information. And the more that people started to receive information from the other side and share it from the other side, a shift seems to have happened. And the veil really seems to have gotten thinner. And then little by little, decade by decade, until 2020. And I'm telling you, 2020, that pandemic, there was something else going on there. There was something, and I'm not talking about conspiracy theory. I am talking about from the other side. Like that pandemic created a space where people went inside. I did. I know I did. People went inside and started examining themselves, and they started examining their connection to each other, and they started examining their connection to God, Source, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call that divine being, that higher power than you. They started looking at that, and they started feeling connected to trees, and they started feeling connected to animals. And I mean, I myself, with my connection to Lucy, I started realizing that I could hear information coming in from animals on the other side of life. I didn't tell a soul because I thought I was going nuts, but I realized that I could do that. And now tell me if you're not feeling the same thing. I think that the veil is at its even thinnest right now, where we can receive information from the quantum field. I'm not going to say the other side. We can receive information from the quantum field, whether it's aliens, ancestors, animals, angels, whatever. We have access, or direct from God herself. We can get that information now, and it helps us. I think that's why the healing process also speeds up, because it's accelerated. Things are accelerating at a really rapid pace. And this is going to lead me right into the stuck thing. And then I'm going to go to comments, which is why sometimes we feel stuck, because we are feeling such a pull to move and such a pull to do something different, that something has got to shift. And when our animal companions cross, we really start to know that, like, man, I can't do this one more day. I cannot do this one more day. How do I move out of this mud that I'm stuck in, this quicksand that is pulling me down here? How do I get out of it? I need to, because at the same time that I'm feeling pulled and stuck down, like I can't move, something else is pulling me from above, going, you must come forward, and you must step out of this. And our animal companions are like, with their little paws, grabbing us, going, come on, we got you. Just step out of the quicksand, and we will get you unstuck. Wow. Okay, guys. I don't know which one of your animals that was coming through, but I had to get that out in a big way. Okay, I need a drink of water. Hang on a sec. All right, let's see what I've missed here. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit. Zoned out playing with your kitty. Oh, I hope you I just said some of the most profound stuff ever come out of my mouth. I'm kidding. Did you read Lady L's question? Oh, I don't know. If I did, I missed it, because what happens is I'll look at a question, I'll start to talk, and the comments just keep on scrolling, and there's no stopping them. There's no way to make them just go. They just scroll on by. So if I've missed your question, I apologize. I lost Sir Isaac. I delved into Edgar Casey. expressing and sharing about cats and spirituality and animals. Edgar Casey has a great piece on cats, also has a great piece on dogs, and how they are helping us to access all the information on the other side. So he's got a great piece on dogs, a great piece on cats. I don't think that he ever did anything on aliens, so you can always check out Dolores Cannon for that. She's a really good one. I'm trying to think of, come on guys, remind me, who's Daryl Anka? He channels Bashar. Bashar is another really good one to listen to. Edgar Casey was amazing, and you can still find Edgar Casey stuff. That is one of the great things. I mean, I love YouTube, honestly. Even when I complain about some things, YouTube has given us such a place to create a home that is not social media like Facebook and Instagram. It really has. We've created this beautiful community here, like this loving community. So YouTube also has great stuff. You can find any of those. Edgar Casey. Go back if you're into like how your thoughts create things. You can look up stuff about. I'm going to say the book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. It is about. It's about so much more than what it sounds like. It is about how your thoughts create things and how to actually start taking conscious awareness of your thinking so that you can think yourself into a new future. Time seems to be accelerating 100%, Kali. Oh my gosh. How the heck is it already August 10th? How is it already August 10th? And that reminds me, we didn't say hello to Mew Mew and Cheryl, who aren't on here tonight. So we miss you guys. And, I want to say happy anniversary to my kiddos. My son and daughter-in-law are celebrating their anniversary. But how the heck did it get to be August 10th? I have no idea. It feels like it was just January. I'm glad it's not January now. I'm glad that I've made it this far. There was January, February, up until my time at Teo. That was crazy. And now I feel really, I feel energized again. And you guys can sense that, I think, even from our topics. But yeah, time is accelerating, and change is accelerating. And I think that part of some of the density that we see, now I don't watch the news. That doesn't mean I'm not aware of some of the things that go on. If there's some things I'm not aware of, and I don't care, but I am aware of the turmoil that's all around Earth from our, I will say, governments with multiple S's. And there's a shift happening. And Dolores Cannon describes this as, and I think our animals are helping us with this. I'm not quite sure how to make that fit. She describes it as Earth, and we have Earth here. And those of us who are awakening, and that awakening is being facilitated by our animals, even as they cross, even as they transition. It's because they now have power on the other side that we can't possibly imagine. And I did start to mention this. Now with the veil being thinnest, they can get through to us and we can get through to them. But so we have the Earth here, and there are people, especially since 2020, more and more accelerating the number of people who are awakening, who are becoming consciously aware of who they are and what their power is, and reclaiming it and shifting things on Earth. And little by little, Dolores says we're not going to actually know it until hindsight, that hindsight is 2020, just like 2020. Just like we look back at 2020 now, we can see in hindsight that a whole bunch of things were happening. But this is how she describes it, that new Earth is evolving from the dense Earth. And those who are not awakening will not be part of the new Earth. And we won't actually recognize it until we are at a place of peace. And we'll look back and say, oh my gosh, I remember when that started to happen. I remember when time felt like it was going so fast. It was simply because we were pulling away and we were developing something so new, but it was happening so rapidly because we are, with all of us becoming as aware as we are now. I really didn't plan on talking about metaphysics tonight, but here you go in the quantum field. So we are creating this Earth where it's going to be a beautiful place to live. And anybody who doesn't come is going to be stuck on the old Earth. But they're not going to be like wallowing in hell, because there's still going to be people awakening, and there will be another version of that. So I know that quantum physics and the mechanics of multi dimensions, it's we can't wrap our minds around it. I can't give it the words that it needs, but I know I think that reason that we're feeling so much acceleration is because there are so many of us waking up and helping that evolution occur. Dolores Cannon, I'm the same way. I agree with you. I'm isolated and don't hang out and don't have community. So being here, okay. I need to get a little. We need to do a Zoom. All right, we need to do a Zoom so that we can all talk. So it's not just me talking at you guys. We need to have a conversation. I will put a poll out after this is over tonight. I will put a poll into the community page. So you look under posts or community. You should be able to see it under either one. I will put a poll out with several days. Let's jump on a call where we can all talk together. And we can, I'm telling you, look, you guys, anybody, Elaine, what? Can our hurt stop us from hearing our soul pet? Okay, we'll come back to that. Hurt. As soon as I see my name in caps, you guys know what to do. Hurt and soul pet, and keep you. Yes and no. I'm going to come back to that, and I'm going to talk about a vet, healing vet. Okay, so let's forget about being stuck. Maybe I said all I needed to say about being stuck and that our animals are pulling us out of the quicksand. I am going to put a poll out asking for days and times when you might want to jump on a Zoom call. Please do not be intimidated by a Zoom call. I do all the work. All you guys have to do is click the link and join the call. And Sharon and Sherry and Kali and Z, we've all been on calls together before. And when we get on a call on a Saturday morning or a Thursday night or whatever it might be, especially if it's early in the morning, my hair, I'm in my pajamas sometimes still. So you don't ever, ever, ever have to feel intimidated. And if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to. Just keep your camera off. But it's a great way for us to get to meet each other, get to talk, get to have community. And every Friday morning, now I only open this group up every once in a while. And it is, I'm very careful about this group, but on Friday mornings, there's a group of women who get together and we talk about all this stuff. We talk about it all because we can. And we understand each other and nothing is off limits. And honestly, on this channel, nothing's off limits. People on this channel have asked me if I believe in aliens. Well, heck yes. And I will take one to lunch if it would show up at my front door. Seriously. I speak out loud to them. Look, I'm ready. Here I am, Wisconsin. Come on down. But we can talk about all that stuff. So we'll come back to getting on a Zoom call. If anybody's interested, absolutely no obligation. But even if you're brand new to this channel, I would love to see you. I would love to see you join us on a call. I'd love to go to lunch with an alien, right? Always in our PJs, 100%. No makeup, no nothing. But let's go back to this question. Luna passed, I've been experiencing a deep existential crisis. I'm cutting ties with people and things that do not match my energy. Is that because of this new awakening? The answer is yes. That's just the short answer. I could sugarcoat it for you, but the answer is yes. When Lucy passed, so I've been on this journey for a while. I remember exactly 2012. I was walking through the woods here in Wisconsin. I hadn't moved to Colorado yet, and I was singing a John Denver song, Rocky Mountain High, because I was feeling called to move to Colorado. And that's how far back my personal awakening started, was in 2012. I had no idea where it would take me. None. I didn't have a clue. If I'd have known, I might not have, I might have just been too afraid to go forward. But in 2020, when I realized that I could talk to animals on the other side of life, and I didn't tell a soul because I was afraid of being judged, little by little, I realized, I'm sorry, I can't shut up about this. I can't not help people. I can't not, I just wanted to tell everybody, I want to tell everybody all these things, not just about our animals and not just what they have to say to us and not just how to heal our hearts. I want to tell it all. I want to tell my conversations with God. I want to share all of that. So yes, that is because of the new awakening. And we can no longer tolerate the energies that don't match ours. And again, without the judgment piece, because I think we're meant to awaken. I think we came here to wake up. And now that we're waking up, we're like, yep, I don't have time for that BS. I am going with my heart. And that existential crisis, that also does even out after a while. I was so nervous. I was so nervous about. I mean, there was a reason why I was not permitted to see my father during COVID. My family and I had it was bad. It was not a good time for us, because I wouldn't do certain things that they were demanding that I do when I was being held emotional hostage, and so it was. It was not good. I'll just put it that way. It was not good. But then as I learned to stop judging them for the way that they felt, and I learned to start speaking my truth, things just kind of mellowed out. They just kind of mellowed out, and I'm glad for that. And now I do speak my truth. And so if every once in a while a family member secretly rolls their eyes at me, so what? Because guess what? I found my tribe. I found you guys. I found you guys. I found the tribe that I hang out with here in Wisconsin. I got my tribe now. There's people around the world. I love you guys. I love you all. And we've all seemed to have found each other for some reason. Okay, it's getting really dark here. I forget now because the time is going so fast, and it's August. And wait, what happened to like the day of the sunshine staying sunny till 9 o'clock at night? That's what I miss. All right, let's see what other comments I got here. We are the aliens. We are the aliens. All right. I know I'm not going to go all the way down that rabbit hole. But Arcturians, Pleiadians, Lemurians, we've come up with all these fun little names, but there's a theory that says we were all seeded here and we've all come from different parts of the universe. I once had this thing called a galactic records reading. It was really kind of cool, but a galactic records reading was to help me find the planet that I originally came from. And I was told Sirius B was the planet that I came from. But anywho, see, now look what you guys got going here. I want to talk about being hurt, and does our pain and our hurt and our grief keep us from connecting with our soul pet? My answer to that has changed over time. I am willing to say, I'm more than willing. I was wrong. When I first started sharing this, I would listen to, and who I still love, Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham Hicks, and Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. And I listened to the thing that there was two sides of the stick. And if you were down here and your vibration was all the way down here in the basement and their vibration was all the way up here at the penthouse, that never the two shall meet, that you can't, that they're just not there. And so Abraham would teach that you have to find ways. There were gradual steps. Get yourself, even if it means getting pissed off and you get angry, that'll at least take you out of the basement of despair. And then you get angry. And after angry, maybe you become neutral. And then you start to feel a little bit of okay again until you can get to a point where you can reach them. I take that back. I think that maybe at some point that was the case. Oh no, but not now, because the veil is so thin on both sides. And now our animal companions can help us. And it's like they will pull us up from the basement. So you don't have to worry about being sad. And you don't have to worry about being in the depth of your grief. I would urge you to take little baby steps out of it. Every day, find something. That was what I was going to talk about with the being stuck. Every day, do one thing out of character. Just do one thing that you normally wouldn't do. It doesn't have to be huge, but if you wouldn't normally go get yourself a chocolate ice cream cone, go buy a chocolate ice cream cone. If every day you stop at Starbucks, don't go to Starbucks today. Go to the park. Just do something out of character every single day. And that helps kind of, it's a pattern interrupt. It helps break the cycle of that stuckness. And it applies, the same thing applies to grief. So no, your grief cannot hold you back from them. And they will do everything in their power to get through to you. And they will send you signs, and they will touch your cheek, and they will jump on the bed, and they will screw up the electronics. I love that when that happens. I absolutely love when the electronics go wonky, and then I ask, who is it? Who is it? Tell me. And then I will get out my pen and my paper and I write. I just write whatever comes into my head and trust that the way they are getting information to me is by downloading it into my brain, and I'm transferring it onto paper. And then I look at it and go, oh, thank you. And sometimes, like tonight, I don't even need to write a thing because they come through and just inspire me to talk. How can we find out what planet we came from? Well, I did this thing called a, I hear animals communicate with me. I'm positive. Yeah, right. And then once you accept it, then it just becomes normal. All animals, not just pets. All animals, birds, fish, wildlife of all kinds, bugs. Sorry, guys, I hate to break it to you, but spiders, flies, bees, they all start to recognize that you can hear them, and they want to be heard, so they start talking. How do you find out what planet you're from? I still have to get. I talked about the hurt thing, but I want to talk this one more thing about the healing vet that I have to mention. And I was going to do a video on it, but I didn't want to pick up the rope, right? So I didn't want to play tug of war. It was called a Galactic Akashic Records reading. And it's not something that I would have normally pursued, but it was a person who was studying to practice this. Just like we're all called to do something different, this person was being called to do galactic readings, which means that she'd sit down with you. She asked me a couple of questions. We closed our eyes, we did a meditation, and then she just started to speak like the things that came through to her. She said, I see your planet, I see water, I see blah, blah, and on and on and on. She said, and the name is forming in her mind. And then she told me the name. So you might want to look up Galactic, speak, put your teeth in, Galactic Akashic Records. I think that's the name of the reading that I had. Oh, and it happened in Teotihuacan. She was one of the other women who happened to be on my retreat with me, the retreat that I attended, not that I'm hosting. I was definitely moving through the guilt stage yesterday. Oh yeah, guilt. That's another one. It's guilt, grief, remorse, regret, all those things. They pop up on us. Guilt. We are trained, man. You guys know. I was trained by the nuns. I got the guilt with a capital GUILT. So that's another thing I think that we're working ourselves out of. But oh my gosh, this video is so bad and so grainy. I can't imagine why my good camera wasn't working. A spider hugged me in spirit after I almost killed him and cried. Ho'oponopono. I do it also. On the neck, actually, is where the mosquito got me last night. And it was just a reaction. And I'm like, why did you have to bite me? Because I didn't want to smack you. Ho'oponopono is a wonderful practice for forgiveness. And you guys can go back and check out any old videos on that too. All right. The nuns make an appearance there. Yes, they do, Sarah. All right. It's getting too dark here, and this camera is not doing us any justice here. Look at how grainy it is. You think after all this time that webcams would be good, but okay. AI just said it could do the galactic thing for me. I'm curious about that. I am curious because AI has said it could also do my readings for me. Like when I do readings for animals on the other side, AI, because I do like business things on it, it says, I could do your readings for you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I'd be curious, Z, if you want to give it a try and tell me what happens. I would really like to know. But I guess it depends on how much we believe AI is something that we created in order to help us easier connect to the quantum field. I mean, that's a possibility. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure that it's there yet. But let us know how it goes. Okay, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. It makes me look ethereal. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. I forgot to. All right, I'm saying this right now. These two things. There's a veterinarian who I love. He does videos for helping people holistically. He's a holistic vet, and he does things naturally, which I absolutely love. And he's a Reiki master. But an old-fashioned Reiki master. And I don't want anybody to ever fear this. He said two things this week in videos that really, really upset me. One was that if people grieve too hard, and if people love too hard, if they have an unhealthy, he called it an unhealthy, if people have an unhealthy attachment to their soul pet, that when their pet has to leave their physical body, they get stuck between worlds. And I just wanted to say, why would you make somebody feel so guilty about their love and their grief? Now they have to worry about, do they love too much, and are they grieving too much? And is that keeping their animal companion from heaven? Oh my gosh. So know that that is so not the case. I feel a mosquito now. Know that that is so not the case, because our beautiful animal companions, every soul, immediately, nobody gets stuck between worlds. There is no between worlds. Our beautiful animal companions go immediately into pure positive love, and please don't ever worry about that. And the other thing was, oh, this was the worst. The other thing was that evil entities, that was the exact phrase, evil entities could attach themselves to your pet. And if you were not aware of it, they could make your pet really sick. And so you needed to go to a Reiki person who could cut those cords and release the negative, the evil entities. So I also, in case, because this, I'm not going to say the actual name, but a lot of people watch this vet. So know that that is so, it's the same way that I talked about those denser energies. Our animal companions are such pure love. They are nothing but the purest love. There's not a denser energy that can even, that can't get near them, because their love is so pure. Think about your animal companion. The purest, purest, purest form of love comes on 4 legs and fur, or has scales and slithers, whatever. But I had to somehow get that out of my mind and out of my heart, because it was really weighing on me. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. I will see you guys next week. I will put out the poll for you to tell me which days might work best for you. And impossible, right? It's impossible, Z. 100% impossible. Animals are gifts from God, totally. All right, my friends, have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful week. I will see you again soon. Take care. And until the next time, may animals light your way. Bye, everybody.